What's up guys, thanks for tuning in to the video today. So it is about a week until Tuner Bash, which is the season opener for us up here in Alberta, Canada. And that's going to be a drag racing event that we're going to be going to. I will be bringing this car that's behind me. It's a Evo 6 that I was working on. And today's video is going to be the continuation of the E85 powered Evo 5 build, and hopefully that car will be going to Tuner Bash as well, and we're going to see what kind of drag times it puts down. So hope you enjoy the video today. Thank you for tuning in. So just to go over a few things that were wrong with this 4G63, or I guess damage. On the timing side, we had quite a few leaks happening. The major one was from the balance shaft eliminator kit. So what I showed you guys on a previous video is the solution that we arrived at was welding up the hole on the oil pump where the second balance shaft pokes through. So the issue with all of that is that these balance shaft eliminator kits are based on like what looks to be like a freeze plug, and so what you're doing is the reason this one was leaking, in my opinion, is that you had a freeze plug, a steel freeze plug that's coated in rubber, hammered into the oil pump, which is aluminum, with no silicone, nothing to keep it there. And so aluminum and steel obviously expand at a different rate when the engine heats up, and then as well it's not actually friction fit because of the rubber that's on that plug. So what inevitably happens is that oil pushes past it and it creates a big leak behind the timing components. So that was the issue that we were trying to fix, and we did it by just welding the oil pump. So the pump was welded slowly with a TIG, and it was quenched a bunch of times and checked for flatness. I don't think there's going to be any issue with doing it that way. So that's how we corrected that now. So this thing is ready to go back in. So the next step, well, sorry, I guess further to that is the transmission. So we got a transmission built by Shep in the United States. It's been converted to push style slave cylinder with the OS Giken kit. So it's a pretty interesting system. The push style kit through OS Giken comes with a new slave cylinder. Bleeder screw goes on the top, clearly to get the air out of the system, and then there's going to be another provision for the line from the clutch cylinder. And so what this does is it turns this into a push system. So rather than the clutch fork pulling on the clutch, now the clutch fork is pushing, applying pressure. And so there's a little bit of play in it, so it goes forward, so it'll push that way, and the clutch lever inside will push like this and apply pressure to the clutch. So this is a big change. A lot of the higher horsepower rated clutches are push type, and so this was just a change that had to happen because we're going to be going beyond 600 wheel, and that clutch and that transmission are going to hold the power. The transfer case has already been gone through, and that was from a previous car that I owned, so it has the case inside's been machined for bigger fasteners. It was gone through by a rally prep company in the UK, and so at 600 horsepower it's fine. It's not showing any indication that it's going to fail, but we'll see what happens. Now the clutch, unfortunately, I think I took a few photos of it, but I didn't. Obviously, it's in the car now. So it was a OS Giken twin, and the OS Giken twins, although there's not a lot of information online, they are pretty straightforward to put together. It was just a matter of taking it apart, using some logic, and looking at how it's pieced together. It's very similar to most multi-plate clutches. So if you have some experience with OS Giken multi-plate clutch, then or any multi-plate clutch, you'll be able to reason it out. It's not that bad. OS Giken sends the clutch out already pre-assembled, so all I did was I took it apart, cleaned the plates, made sure that they were clean and there wasn't any oil on them, and then just torqued everything to spec from OS Giken's own information, which is available through OS Giken USA, and then put on the slave cylinder conversion kit. And so that was how that went. And so we'll see how this goes. The engine's going to be going back in the car, and then the car is going to be going to the dyno, and hopefully big numbers will ensue here. Looking forward to that. I'm going to try and make some big power. Okay, so the engine is back in the Evo 5 here. It's the E85 powered Evo 5, and so I had to use a bracket here, supplied by OS Giken. It's right here, and that changes this from a pull to a push. So the OS Giken kit supplies a different slave cylinder, and so what I did was I took the bleeder screw out of the stock one. I also took the fitting off the stock one as well, and then I went to a local hydraulic shop and I just had them make a line. And so I'll be using this line to try and mate up to the stock clutch line. And what will happen is that this apparatus will allow the pivot arm here to go this direction and essentially push into the face of the clutch. Okay, so the Evo 5 is all done. Unfortunately, it's the middle of winter here in Canada, so we ran into an issue with getting it tuned. So the tuner that we normally use for the E85 tune wants to be able to have the option to road test this car after doing the tune, to look at part throttle and all of those other things. So there's snow on the ground here. I think we're going to be waiting until the spring for this, but in the meantime, a few other things are going to be changed on it. It has a kind of a lower price rad from Malaysia, so that's going to be changed out, and just probably a little bit of small things cleaned up. But overall, the car's running great. Seems that we've eliminated all the oil leak issues, which some of them were coming from that balance shaft eliminator kit, so that's out of the way. The pan's been resealed, the timing's been redone, all the small things have been addressed, so this car is pretty much good to go. And so other than the radiator, which will probably be swapped out next week, we'll be getting back on this probably in the spring, and until then there's going to be a lot more projects coming through my shop here, so I'll be sure to document those for you guys as well, so that you can see what I'm working on regularly in here. So loud. All right, guys, thank you for checking out the video today. Just as a reminder, make sure you like and subscribe to the channel. Make sure you hit the notifications button so that you get a warning every time I put up a new video. And so the next video coming up is going to be the E85 powered Evo 5 hitting the dyno and hopefully putting down some solid numbers. So we'll see you soon. Thanks very much.